Two things before we begin. Number one, this will contain massive spoilers for Rise of Skywalker. We'll start out by reading the text crawl. We'll look at some interactions here, talking about how it's great, how it's disappointing, and then we will get into major spoilers, including the ending. You are warned there. Number two, if you like videos like this, you want to help the channel out, consider subscribing to it. Consider sharing videos and interacting with this. That means liking, that means commenting. You can just +1 or say interaction. That stuff drives videos, helps so much, and thank you in advance. So hey there. So today I want to return to the biggest trash fire on the planet. That's right, the opening of Disney's Star Wars. Now, if you haven't heard about this either, we had our premiere today. And our premiere, it's not for us lowly plebs. Oh no, it's for certain people out there that should want to shill for this. Some of them do, but some of them, yeah, they don't. Now let's begin, first of all, with our text crawl, because that's the beginning of all of this. So episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, the dead speak. The galaxy has heard a mysterious broadcast, a threat of revenge in the sinister voice of the late Emperor Palpatine. General Leia Organa dispatches secret agents to gather intelligence, while Rey, the last hope of the Jedi, trains for battle against the diabolical First Order. Meanwhile, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren rages in search of the Phantom Emperor, determined to destroy any threat to his power. Fun times, huh? Fun times. So when you look through the reactions to this movie too, you get what you expect off the bat. You get a lot of people with blue check marks telling you that this is going to address everything. It's going to tie up all of that stuff. It's going to make you laugh. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you feel content with your life. Also, if you read on, you're going to find out that you get the type of representation that you want with it. It may only have 2 seconds on the screen. If you blink it, you miss it, but hey, it's there. It doesn't take long, however, to see those same blue check marks start telling you that there's problems. And well, before the media goes out and ists and phobes these folks, yeah, this is the senior entertainment writer for Uproxx. This person used to work at HuffPost. What a monster indeed. They tell you here that Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, is certainly the most convoluted Star Wars. Not a good descriptor there. I mean, considering we had episode 8, but this one is the most convoluted. There's a lot I liked, but you notice that, but the first half gets so bogged down with exposition, new plot, and doodads and beacons and transmitters, it feels like it should have been 3 movies on its own. That pretty much tells you about the rush to try to go in and fix problems that were made manifest with the last movie. I mean, this is how you do it. You try to pretend that all of this stuff, it actually had a purpose. And you know what? That last movie, it definitely had no meaning. The first one had no meaning really either. It was a remake, and well, you know, when you start out with a remake, what do you think you're going to get at the end? And we'll see some negative reaction to that too. Now, continuing, my favorite Star Wars are the ones that take time and focus on their characters. The whole first half felt like exposition. It does get better, and Lando rules, but there's just so much of the plot feels rushed, and the Emperor stuff is so weird. That's a strange comment, considering the fact that the Emperor is supposed to feed on that nostalgia. You know, we're supposed to want to see him back, because the biggest baddie ever returns, only a lot of people weren't feeling it. You'll see this over and over again. There's way too much. It's bogged down. This stuff, it's kind of boring. And well, the fan service, it's not good. We even see places like Cinema Blend. You and I have covered quite a few times. And they say that this is a drastic departure from The Last Jedi, which is a good statement actually, but also not as invigorating as The Force Awakens. It's not as invigorating as needs more lens flare going and repurposing that first movie. That's a terrible statement. I mean, for real. This is action-packed, but it's also jammed with fan service. I mean, when you're talking about that doesn't sound like a positive praise at all. Brace for the debate. So when people told you this was going to be a divisive movie, when Naomi Ackie came out and said it would divide fandom, oh yeah, apparently it's going to do that. And there's a lot more comments like this. Then we get into the pitch pictures. And well, I want to give the person that put these up props. So I'm actually putting them up on the screen at Life is a Comedy. You can see them there. And they confirm quite a few things to us. For example, you know that artifact out there that we were going to see with that Sith holocron wayfinder? Yeah, you can see it right here for everyone to check out. Isn't that great? Isn't that stunning? Doesn't it look like a prop from Dr. Freaking Who? I mean, seriously, what is going on with this mess? Here we have the Emperor brought back as well. You notice that he's probably got a better dental plan. I mean, if you look at his teeth, they look a bit better, not as jagged and messed up. Sure, he's got a little cracked lippage on, got a little gap going on, but hey, I mean, the guy's been around for a while. Also, I think he's been sharing a little bit of that drinkage with Luke from one of the last movies because his eyes have turned milky white. I think that's what happens when you get addicted to that stuff. Man, should have never listened to Luke, buddy. Should have never listened at all. We see Rey trading in the staff, getting the yellow lightsaber. So when we're talking about spoilers here, oh yeah, here's your one that we knew was coming. We had many people telling us about certain person out there that was supposed to be lying, and yet they weren't. Here's yet more photos talking about how the Emperor is going to be brought back. You can see that setup here. Yeah, fun times. Leading us to a fight we'll showcase a picture about in just a second as well. We see this burial set up. We have Luke and Leia's lightsabers laid out. They're being brought to rest on Tatooine. Yeah, fun times, isn't it? Fun times indeed. Trying to go in and trying to close up every plot detail, tell us that everything's going to be A-okay. Oh, so much fun. Then we have pictures like this, showcasing how we're going to have Mary Sue and Supreme Leader here face down with the Emperor. Does that look like fun to you? Because it doesn't look like fun to me at all. It looks like an old man raging here against, again, a Mary Sue and another character that nobody likes, unless you're from Tumblr or unless you're from Twitter these days. We also get to see that ride off into the sunset. Oh, doesn't that make you feel good there? With BB-8 and Rey watching the twin sunset on Tatooine. Oh, man. Right next to former Lord, now Rey Skywalker's homestead. So, Rey Skywalker confirmed. Isn't that cute? We also have certain things like this. A big spoiler within that. So, the biggest summary of your questions, Rey is dead. Ben uses the Force to bring her back. They kiss, then he dies. The kiss was amazing. Wish we got more than one. Still great, though. The kiss was beautiful. It's a little dark, but they are holding each other. She wakes up and looks at him and smiles and says, Ben. And oh, God, that makes me want to be sick here. This is our movie that we've been waiting on. We knew it would be terrible here, but just how terrible is it going to be? There are other things out there, too. But again, I want you to look at these pictures and to think about what they confirm. The things that we were told that we were ists and phobes for discussing, the things we were told didn't exist. Hey, it's all here. It's all spelled out in that proverbial black and white. You can see it. I mean, you can see it all in detail. This stuff, it wasn't supposed to set up like that. Mary Sue wasn't supposed to get more powers and on. But again, how are you going to go in and close all of this stuff down? A lot of shills are selling this movie heavily as well. I'm going to go and I'm going to see it Thursday. You know, the local down here, they actually have openings for that still. Doesn't that say something too? We have theaters that I can call today, and they told me that, yeah, they have openings still. I can go in tomorrow, get my tickets, and I can watch it on Thursday at their first showing. So I'll give you all of my ideas to this then. But, you know, since again, we're just one of those lowly plebs out there, yeah, I wanted to show you these reactions and to confirm to you that these spoilers, they are indeed out there. All of those rumors, they were actual truth to it. And man, what a mess. We'll be talking about this mess quite some time too, because you know, media is going to attack us all for actually going out and questioning their darling. They're going to tell you too that this thing is successful, But look at what it cost. Look at the division that it courts. Look at exactly how this is reacting and all. This stuff, like I said, it says plenty in the reaction. And well, the reaction is that this is a mess. This is a mess that we knew was coming. And well, hope you enjoyed this. I want to end by saying thank you for showing up. Thank you for checking this out. You make these interactions. You make all of these endeavors possible. These folks, they have forgotten that. They think that they're creating fan service. They think that they're returning to form. But what they're doing is making the movie that they want, not the movie that people actually want that are out in the audience. I mean, sure, people with check marks, critics, they may applaud it, but what do audience members feel like? And really, when you're looking at this, you need to remember one thing. Just because it is not the lackluster last movie doesn't mean that it's a good movie. It just means that it's better than the last piece of tripe. That's what these people want you to forget. And well, I don't think a lot of people buy in. But anyway, if you want to help us with our interactions, thanks. But being here matters. So thank you. Appreciate you. We'll be doing this again soon. Thank you.